Hi, welcome back. I hope you're well. I have been uploading a bit more regularly on YouTube. I've gotten a few new subscribers, and so I thought I would do a get to know me video. I don't know who this will be interesting to, but we'll see. I'm probably gonna ramble, so I don't know how long we're gonna be here for. Anyways, before we get into the questions, I thought I would do a background on me. Yeah, so anyways, my actual name pronunciation is Shakira, but since I was younger, I don't know, people couldn't really pronounce that, or they didn't want to, which is a bit rude, so they just ended up calling me Shakira, and I've just gone with it. I turned 24 a month ago on the 26th of January, and I am from Centurion, Gauteng, South Africa. That's a lot. I studied at Monash University, and I double majored in environmental science and communications, and then I went on to do my honors at UCT in environmental science. Okay, first question, am I allergic to anything? No, I am not allergic to anything. Occasionally cat hair, but it's not like all the time, and it's not serious. So second question is, what are my pet peeves? I get annoyed really easily. So if I had to narrow it down to two, let's do two. It would be when people leave doors open or drawers open or the house door open, like they don't, and there's like no one in the room, they just leave it open, walk out and carry on with life. Like, no, just close it, leave everything neatly. It's not that hard. Respect your space. So that's like, whew, it really gets to me. And then the second thing I would say is when people pronounce a word differently to me. Even if I'm wrong, if I'm not pronouncing it right, it's just, if it's different to me, I just, no. I think those are like the two biggest pet peeves of mine. Next is, what is something you wish you did more often? And this is gonna get a bit deep, but I wish I got out of my comfort zone a bit more. Before I went to Canada, I used to be a very like outgoing person. I would be down for anything. I didn't think twice. Like I don't even think I thought once. I would just go, I would do it. And now I'm super cautious. I think everything like 3 times before I make a decision. So yeah, I miss that spontaneous side of me, because I feel like as someone in your 20s, you're just missing out a little bit. And with the pandemic, like, you know, my anxiety has just gotten a bit worse. What's your all-time favorite movie? Hands down, The Parent Trap. I love it. I used to watch it all the time as a kid. Like, I would just watch it and then it would finish and I would press play again. I loved Lindsay Lohan, and I believed that I had a twin out there waiting for me. The thing is, as you get older, you realize how unrealistic the movie is, and it kind of loses the sparkle a little bit. As an adult, I love The Italian Job. I just love watching the actual heist with the Mini Coopers and you know, like just the whole thing. It's just, I love it. So I've just been going on and on about it. And Liam and Isabella actually named their puppy Cooper. So that leads on to the next question, which is, what are your dog's names? They're so cute. Well, thank you. This is Sky. He is a Husky Boerboel mix. And then there's Mumsy. She is a Dachshund mix. I'm not too sure what she's mixed with, but she's not fully Dachshund. Then I know you asked what my dog's names are, but I also have a cat, Cleo. She is, whoa, how old is she? She is 12 years old this year. What does your typical morning routine look like? So I wake up around 8:30 and then immediately I change into my workout clothes, because if I don't, it's just, I'm just gonna make excuses and then not do the workout. So anyway, so I change, then I brush my teeth, wash my face, all of that stuff. I make my bed, and then I do a 45-minute-ish workout that I have planned to do the night before. After that, I eat breakfast. For breakfast, I normally have a smoothie, scrambled eggs, or avo on toast. And I shower, and then I start doing whatever work I need to do and what's on my to-do list. So it's pretty standard. What is the worst date you have ever been on? It was in Canada. This guy was perfect on paper, but we had absolutely no chemistry whatsoever. Anyway, so he asked me out and he was like, okay, do you want to do dinner and a movie? So I'm like, unoriginal, like there's so much to do in London. And we go for dinner, and he kept on asking about South Africa, and at the time, you know, the Cape Town drought, and he just kept on asking these questions. I had two cards. So I had one card that I went from South Africa with, and then a Canadian bank account card that I preferred using, you know, for like everyday things. And that card would get topped up, but the money hadn't reflected yet, and I tapped it twice and it rejected both times because I don't have enough money. I probably had like $2 in this account, and it was so embarrassing. Like I don't know, it was embarrassing. And even the waiter was like, girl. And then the waiter was like to the guy, who was like, are you gonna pay for her then? I took my other card out and I paid for myself, but that was awkward. After that, we went to watch 5 Feet Apart, I think. So I paid for myself for dinner, obviously, and he paid for himself. So I thought, okay, when we go to the movies, it's gonna be the same story, right? No. We went to go get popcorn, and we went 2 different lines. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, he's in one line. He knows that I'm in the other line. What does he expect that I'm doing? So I thought he was getting his own popcorn. I was getting my own popcorn and everything. We get back. He bought like this massive, like it was a big bag of popcorn. And he's like, oh, I thought we were going to share. And I'm here like, okay. Oh my gosh. So that was that. And that was awkward. And then we like go into the cinema and start watching the movie, and he's like chowing down this popcorn to, I think, like get his money's worth, or I don't know. Like, I felt like I was watching this romance movie with a male relative. It was just not it. And then it was just like one thing after the next, right? The seats were reclining seats. So I reclined the seat and my phone fell. And I made him, like, I don't know why I did this, but I told him to, you know, bend down and like shine his torch to get my phone. Oh, and I'm just watching him, and I can feel him like getting irritated and being like, what is wrong with this girl? Like, let's get out of here. As I'm saying this out loud, it doesn't sound that bad, but experiencing it and just having it replay in my mind again is just, it's awful. Needless to say, we didn't ever speak again. So that was my little story time. I have a lot more bad dates than good dates, which is a bit sad, but okay. Next, what is next? Ooh. Next question is, what sports did you play? I'm the least athletic person you will ever meet. Anyways, I did partake in a few sports growing up. When I was 8, I started horse riding. My dad would take me every Saturday at like 10 o'clock to the stables, and I'd have my lesson and I'd group my horse, and oh, it was amazing. And I did a few shows, but nothing too serious. So I stopped when I was like 14 to ride bikes, off-road motorcycles, and it was a lot of fun. I met so many new people that I still talk to this day. There was just so many experiences. I rode almost every single day, every weekend. It was my life. And then a year after that, I started racing, and I raced for probably 4 years or so. And then unfortunately there was a tragedy that happened, in which a lot of us stopped racing, and then I stopped riding about a year, like totally about a year after that. Then in high school, well, throughout school, it was compulsory to do one sport a term. and I chose hockey. I was not the greatest, but I did have my shining moments. I had a lot of fun. I went on tours. I made friends that I wouldn't have normally befriended, and I played for different teams. I did lots of tournaments. Yeah. And we're at our last question. What is your biggest achievement? My biggest achievement is getting accepted into UCT for my honors and completing my honors and submitting a really good thesis. So just my whole UCT experience is probably my biggest achievement. I'm proud of myself for keeping my marks up, being pretty stable with my marks. Obviously it was a pandemic and I was going through a lot. My thesis is probably one of the biggest achievements that I will ever have in my life. It's so well written. It is so well thought out. So those are all of the questions. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something new about me that you didn't know, something that isn't too surface level. Thank you to everyone for watching and supporting and liking and sharing and commenting. It honestly means the world. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.